Hey there, how's it going? Welcome to Loop Learning. This is the next video in the series. We are making clinic management system. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. In any case, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure that you do and hit the bell icon. Now, before I begin talking about the video, I would like to thank you. I would like to thank to all the people who have become member of my channel. I really appreciate that. I know I don't put a lot of member specific content yet, but I promise I do have plans in the future in which I will be specifically for members. I'll be adding or uploading the videos. But if you are still without even having a member specific content, if you are still being member of this channel, thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. Appreciate it. Now, what we are going to do in this video, but in this video we will continue with the reports, definitely, because in the last video we created a mechanism, on click event button for reports. We created a mechanism where we can give the start date, any random date, and the end date, and we can generate the report based on this start date and end date. So we can continue and we can think of another two criterias that we should be looking at when it comes to business. Obviously business would have would a clinic in this case would like to have as many reports as possible to see what is happening in their clinic, and that would be another very important aspect of your application, that you give that flexibility to users to actually run different kind of reports. So we have created this report that takes the data or filters the data from using the start date and end date. How about if the user wants to run a report and wants to get the information for a specific month? Now it's true that user can go in here and provide a start date like 1st January 2024 and end date 31st January 2024, and the user will get. That's true. But again, it will be a little bit of work for users to actually run that report. So how can we make it simple? How can we simplify it? We can actually do that. We can have another criteria that we can provide, which is, I want to see, if the user says I want to see the visits report for the whole year. So rather than I go in there start date and end date 1st January 31st December, I don't want to do that. I just simply want to choose the year from the drop down, and I want to choose the report, and boom, I want to get that information quickly as possible. So that means we are talking about additional two criterias on top of what we have got here. So do I need to make two other reports to be used for year and month criteria and information? Do I need to do that? Can I use the same report, the report which is already you're looking at? Can I use the same report and I provide it a different criteria, and I fetch and display the information based on the criteria that we have discussed? Can we achieve that in Access? Answer is absolutely yes, we can achieve that, and I'm going to show you that in this video. I'm also going to make a button which will help us to print, and so the button will be made here. So let's go ahead and quickly make a button first. So we'll go to design view, and in here we will come here and we will have the button called print. Okay, so we'll say print. Let's change the font to Calibri and font size 10. I also want to change the style of the button. Okay, the borders are pretty thick, so we'll make them lighter. Also, I want to have an icon of printer because this will indicate that this button is used for printing. So dot dot dot, and I'm going to press P, letter P, or key P on the keyboard to get the printer icon. So here we are. What we want is the caption and um, the icon. So we'll use that. Okay, perfect. Now, is it enough? No, because this button will not work. So how do we make it work? So let's look at that. So say btn print. First of all, we'll give a name. That's always a good practice. Then we'll go to event tab, on click event, dot dot dot, code builder. And in here, we will provide that information. And we will say, okay, do cmd dot run command. What information? We'll write a code, line of code, which will help us to print. And if I'll press spacebar on the keyboard, we'll get a lot of different options that we can use and utilize however we wish to do so. What I'm looking at is AC CMD print. Okay, not print preview, but print. I also, okay, Let me show you why, but then I will demonstrate what I was about to say. So we'll close that. And now if we will go ahead and run this report, and we will print, we'll click on print. Now, once I clicked on print, this is the dialog that appears. So if your printer is mapped to your computer, you will definitely see the address or the IP address or printer name of the printer. And you can then actually go ahead and print the report. Right now, either you can convert it into PDF or you can cancel it. So if I click on cancel, I'm going to get an error. There you go. Run command action was cancelled. This is kind of error. I mean, user might get confused. So how do we get rid of this kind of error? So let's click on debug. We'll go to the VB editor. In here, we will have on error resume next. And that will be true. So I'll copy this. I'll paste in here. And now if we will click on print and somebody cancel it, nothing will happen. No error will appear. And that's logical, right? Okay, so that's done. Now let's move on and let's give a second criteria for the report. So as I mentioned earlier, we are going to have three criterias, but the beauty is we are going to use the same report. We are not going to make separate report for year and month information to be displayed, or separate report for the year only. So we'll use one report, but we'll give a different criteria. So let's go to data tab. First of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it and control X. Okay. And now I will go to the report center, right click, click on or the select the combo box, event tab, after update event, dot, dot, dot. And in here, hang on. All right. So now we will have a mechanism which we will use to change the record set of the report. And how do we change the record set? Well, reports, and the name of the report is visits are dot record source equals, this is the SQL statement. Okay. Now if we will run a report, will it work? Let's see. We can only know if it work, and definitely it does work. Okay, so that's one way. Now notice this report is not bound to any data. There is no table, no query is bound to this report. So that's the beauty. You can have a SQL statement behind this combo box, and you can use that statement and change the record source of this report. Now let's go ahead and give another criteria, which is year and month. But before I do that, I want to have a report name for a specific month, for a specific year. So let's go to the design view. And now we are here, dot, dot, dot. And here we will provide that information. Visits for a specific month. Okay. Now we'll copy that and we will paste here. Instead of month, we will say year. Okay. There you go. All right. So now we can actually go to event tab and dot, dot, dot. Now here, what we need to do is we need to copy and paste the entire thing, or I can write it. Okay, so we'll say SQL statement I will write, but other things I will copy paste. So if the report name which is selected from the drop down is this, okay, there you go. Then open the report, but this time we will give a separate select statement. So reports, hang on a second. I'm going to copy this source, record source equals. Now we will use select statement. So select statement, what are we going to use? So this is the query I'm going to refer to, but okay, let me show you, explain you later on. So we'll have visit ID, visit type, visit date. Okay, select visit ID, visit type. Actually, you can see these fields on the top here also. Visit date, visit time, patient, doctor, And what is the last one? Status. All right. From the query name visits queue. Now we will give a where clause as well. But before I give a where clause, the problem is in this query there is no month or year. There is nothing in here. What we have only is date and time. So we need to have two more columns for month and year. Then we can actually go ahead and complete the SQL statement which we were writing before. So design view. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually right click here and we'll go to build, and I'll say M, which stands short form of month, and we'll say month and TBO visits exclamation mark and visit date. There you go. I'm going to copy that as well and I'm going to paste in here. So instead of me writing, I like to do this copy and paste. Oops, sorry. Actually, we have to change this. So instead of month, we will say year, and we will get month and year in integer values. This is what I was looking for. So fantastic, that is done. Now we'll head back to the access VBA editor. Now in here, we will give a where clause where fy equals double quote, ampersand, ampersand, me dot fy equals me dot cbo year. Okay, and we have to give criteria for month. M equals double quote, ampersand, ampersand, me dot cbo month dot column 0. Okay, so that's the second record source we have provided. Now like this we will copy this and we will do that, repeat that for the year, for a specific year, and in here we will get rid of this month because now no more monthly we are looking at the data. Okay, if we will go now reports F. Now there's a problem, I forgot to, so I'll go here after update event. Nope, it is correct. I thought there's a problem here, but no, all is good. Okay, reports. Now I'll choose year and month and month. So we can see that we have records from month May. How about July? Specific month, July. So right now you see only 2 or 3 records, but of course in real world you will have plenty of records for a given month. Okay, now the last criteria which I want to provide using the same report is the year. So basically I'm giving this flexibility to user to have a look at the data for full year if they wish to download. So we'll go to design view. We have actually done that, so let me just copy that so you can see that the entire year information, you have it available with you. There you go. 23rd there was nothing, so that's why it's empty. Okay, 2025 also nothing, so that's why it's empty. 2024, yes, we have got something. So you can see that in this video, I have demonstrated a couple of things, actually a lot of things. So first of all, we created this print button. We had a VB code behind it. Then we created 2 more reports in the dropdown. And then we did VBA code to ensure that whatever criteria user has provided, the report is opened according to that criteria. And that's what I wanted to demonstrate in this video. I hope that you have liked whatever you have seen. If you have likes, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so you get notification whenever I upload a new video.